In one of the episodes, you, Jason, and Moifgada mentioned how Trump's attitude change towards TSMC was quite interesting. So I would like to ask, what's your perspective on the conference meeting with TSMC and Trump?
This is a very, very unique and gathering, very unique because Trump made two very, very amazing statements. First, he stated TSMC is the most powerful company in the world. Everyone has to remember TSMC, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Corporation. You have to learn this is the most powerful company in the world, more than powerful than any company you know in any nation. And also, Trump said in that room, TSMC CEO is the most important in that meeting, which means, including President Trump himself, it is not as important as TSMC CEO. That's very, very amazing. So how do you feel about those meetings? Probably you watched the meeting.
I feel a little strange about Trump's attitude towards TSMC. He hates them so much. He said he wants to give them 100% tariff, but he changed his mind so easily. I wonder what happened to.
Yes, next episode we talk about the magic word. We talk about the company, the largest shareholder of the TSMC, BlackRock. This is a very magic word. Also, ask anyone to search about it, about the company. Maybe you know what we are talking about. That's the President Trump's attitude change. But there's more than that. I want to explain. So Moyan and she's fighting about the TSMC in Japan. So our most understanding about the TSMC, about the Taiwanese company, is they are not a company. They are organizations.
Yes.
And sometimes they are very similar to Japanese Yakuza.
More than that, Japanese Yakuza is so simple comparing to them.
But the Yakuza has many rules, right? Many rules, many things you have to follow. You have to be very careful. The same thing. So it's so amazed as a person. I was go up in Taiwan. My parents coming from China, and race point of view, I'm Chinese. So as a person from that background, I was so shocked. I saw how Yakuza play power inside the White House, inside the Oval Office, showing the world leader, the freedom leader, what they are doing. So this is something very, very unique. And that unique thing is about a handshake.
Handshake?
Yes, handshake. So Taiwanese Yakuza, or say mafia, those powerful people, or you can say the secret society or syndicate, those very powerful people. When they do handshake, they do handshake like usually, like reaching out hand, like we share handshake, reach out hands is a handshake. They don't handshake like that way. First, they put a hand in here. This is important for handshake. This is important. So actually, you look at the video, the TSMC CEO look at the Trump this way, handshake this way. Also, they did that to the Japanese politician and Japanese company CEO, including Toyota CEO. When they handshake, they shake this way. The hand come to me. And Japanese called oyapun. Please explain what is oyapun.
Oyapun means boss. Boss of Yakuza.
Yeah, they shake this way because I'm the boss. You have to shake this way. So they don't shake this way. So I'm so surprised. And Trump will follow those traditions to shake hands that way.
They can act like that. Their attitude is so bad to people, include Trump. Trump is a world leader, right?
Yes, that's why Trump has so many amazing supporters, but Trump also have so many amazing haters. They have probably the equal position, but no, maybe support is more. But some action of those definitely it's not good for America. But we also might think there's a reason behind for Trump to think about or to take those steps.
How does MAGA people react to that?
I think it's a split. And because the MAGA people, it's very hard to measure because it's very, very large, very vast population in America. There's more than 50%. and coming from the Harlem, they are patriot, and half of them support Trump deeply, deep from their heart. They believe Trump do things is for Americans' benefit. Definitely, from the surface, there's something damage America's face or damage America's reputations, but they believe in the end, because Trump is facing so difficult situations, face so huge, so powerful enemies. So Trump is finding the way maneuver forward, maybe not a direct line, but maneuver forward to reach the goal.
I don't think inviting TSMC to the United States is good for MAGA people, because TSMC already took our money, Japanese money, they took our technology, and they took our market.
And also they show no respect to American President Donald J. Trump. They have no respect. They use the Japanese oyabun. That's the interesting word you can learn. Oyabun means the mafia boss. So they use the oyabun's way to shake a hand. That's interesting.
Let me correct it.
Okay, sorry.
Japanese Yakuza has some manner. So
that's different between Chinese and Japanese. Yeah.
not same as the Chinese mafia. You talk about the Chinese mafia.
So Chinese mafia, not the Japanese mafia. That's true. That's true. So, but the 50% the MAGA people would wonder, because from the reality, and probably have looked this way, and TSMC took 88% chip manufacturing in the world. Then what's the solution? If you want to ban TSMC, what's the benefit for America? Because soon you don't have a chip, and to run the jet fighters, to control the missiles, U.S. defense will collapse. And the U.S. infrastructure, the communication, the power grid will face the challenge difficulties. And also the usual people life will immediately go into trouble. So from the reality, what are options? What kind of options are there for Trump to make choices? So facing the reality, maybe to compromise with TSMC, that's the only way to do it. And probably that's the Trump consideration. But I would say 50% of MAGA people, it's hard for them to believe that. Do you know why?
Why?
Where the semiconductor technology is coming from?
America.
Who invented the semiconductor?
America.
And all the TSMC technology, who invented it?
America.
Where is it coming from?
America.
And we just met some semiconductor scientists in Washington, D.C. They are still very famous and respectful scientists in semiconductor where they are American.
Yes.
And until today, they still have so many friends because the senior person, and so many his students around the world in different type and different kind of semiconductor business in different companies, still very respectful for him. So everything comes from America.
Yes, and he said TSMC is a fraud.
No, we cannot say who is that scientist.
Yeah, we shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that.
Yes, and so if American scientists have such comment, and first, he doesn't agree TSMC actually holding anything about the semiconductor technology, because TSMC didn't invent those. Mostly, TSMC didn't own many of those. In that case, why America must need a TSMC? Does that say the same argument like Japanese politician? We cannot run semiconductor business. We must have TSMC come to Japan. That's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Very much.
I don't understand that argument, because we have semiconductor materials, we have manufacturing equipment, and we have a factory, and we just don't have enough money. That's it. If the government put the money to the Japanese companies, we can produce chip.
Yes, you can come back immediately, because that's the reality. Because not the money they gave out to TSMC, I think only 5%, 10%, immediately Japanese semiconductor industry can come back.
You know, no Japanese companies receive such big money like TSMC.
No ever Japanese company ever.
If we have money, we can produce chips.
So why Japanese semiconductor industry was in trouble?
Because the Japanese government and politicians gave those factories pressure to give out technology to
Chinese from
Chinese,
LPDA. This is the reality.
just like Elpida. Yes,
If you
Elpida.
don't know the LPDA, maybe you can talk about it.
Elpida was the biggest memory company in Japan. They produce a lot of chips, and that company was the most successful semiconductor company in Japan. But the one day Taiwan wants it and asked the politician to give out Elpida to Taiwanese.
Taiwanese company, yes. And
And
then they moved to China.
yes, Elpida went bankrupt and Micron bought it. But I don't know, somehow their technology went to China through Taiwan and supporting Huawei.
Yes. So without the corrupt politicians, without those corrupt businessmen, actually, Japanese semiconductor industry is very healthy, very, very healthy. But because the government, those terrible decisions, and triggered by the corruptions, triggered by the money, and triggered by the China influences, they push out technology. So America is similar. I talk about IBM back to 1990s. After that, I don't know what happened to IBM, but the IBM, most people think it's almost empty now. The same thing. They push out those technology.
I believe Trump made a mistake, big mistake.
I think that's I want to say another 50% of MAGA people, the person supporting Trump, supporting Make America Great Again, those people believe semiconductor technology invented, developed, and make it successful by American. There's no reason American couldn't find a solution to revive the situation. Now the 98% chip production is controlled by one company. It's called the TSMC. And for that part, so I believe MAGA people is split. Maybe 50% agree with Trump. They believe Trump is a very intelligent person. He must have something he's doing. Maybe that's true because we don't know, because we only can hear something happen on the news. Maybe really Trump's doing something we don't know. He has his plan. But another 50% MAGA people disappointed, and to a certain degree maybe very disappointed or little disappointed because they believe and they should promote American scientists, American technology, because only we stand by ourselves, and that's only called power and strength. We rely on others, we can never be successful.
Well, thank you, Jason Ho and Moef Kada.